What kind of furniture did you have?
What?
Furniture.
Oh, I probably for our chairs would probably use the 5-gallon can.
Yeah.
And if we had the we didn't have lumber in them days, you know, and we made them chairs. Probably made them out of rock and put them where stationary. That's all stationary.
Yeah.
We didn't have no such thing as furniture.
Your cans that you sat on probably were lard cans or flour or what?
Probably flour cans or something that we got groceries in stores. And probably had a few boxes, you know, that come from the store. We'd get a hold of a little lumber.
Yeah. They used to pack oranges and apples and things like that in wooden boxes, whereas they don't now. What about the table then? If you didn't have wood for a tabletop, how did you?
Well, as far as I remember, our tables we got a hold of enough lumber, make them out of lumber. You could always buy lumber if you went to town or something. Well, we had enough lumber for them things, but we have to remember we lived 100 miles from a store, and we didn't go every day like we do now, 2 or 3 times a day, you know. We didn't have things like we got now.
Yeah.
And we'd go to the store, we'd get wood boxes, and we'd get wood boxes, you know, and stuff like that to use. And everything that lumber we'd get, and then if we could haul it, we'd probably buy a little lumber to build things with. But we never produced it ourselves.
Yeah.
That was...
Well, y'all went to El Paso to buy your groceries, didn't you?
No, we went to El Paso to take the ore over there, and we bought our groceries over there and come back.
I remember George saying something about they'd buy big old slabs of bacon. It sounds so good. Great big old things. Pieces, you know, slabs.
Did you ever, like, kill some of the meat, what you have, mostly goats? I understand you can keep that where it won't ruin by packing it down in salt. Did you do that, or how did?
We did our hog meat that way. We packed it in salt, and we smoked it. Smoke was just as good. Would keep just as good as salt. And
how did you smoke it?
We had a little log place that's ours was about 6 by 10, I'd say. And it is all, as I said, it's all stopped up airtight. And we'd just build anything that'd smoke real good, and build fire and then get it burning and then get it blazed out, where it was just a smoke. Then we'd just shut that door, and boy, it'd stay there and really do the job. And then when that went out, we'd build another fire there. And it would kind of, you could see it all in the meat. It'd seal that meat all up, you know, that smoke would. And it'd keep just about as well that way as it would with salt.
Yeah, kept without refrigeration. Without refrigeration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I guess you canned a lot of meat too.
I imagine we did.
Back to that smoking, did you know, Sharon wanted me to try to find some mesquite roots, or
mesquite roots.
Or the branches, the limbs, they're selling that up there now for you to, like, throw it when you're having a barbecue and throw some of that in, and it's supposed to give the meat a real good taste. So probably, no doubt, you use some of them for your smoking.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? Well, then, don't they have some kind of a sugar cure, too, don't they? A sugar cure.
Well, that was later. You could, I think, just buy it in cans, put it on with a brush in later days, but they didn't have that kind of smoking time.
Uh-huh. Now, did you folks, they raised a garden, I believe you said.
Yeah.
What all did they raise?
Well, we raised beans and okra and pepper and tomatoes and all, just carrots and all that.
Corn.
Did you just depend on the rainfall to water it?
Yeah.
And then you canned that stuff. So, really, you ate pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They ate good.
And you said you raised enough corn for your animals and to eat and to make cornmeal. How did you make your cornmeal?
We had a big old grist mill. It was the one we had. I don't know where my dad got it, but it was very heavy, and it is turned by just like a drive shaft in a car, you know. And this drive shaft go off out there to what we called horsepower outfit. And they'd hook a horse to it, and that horse would walk around and around and around. And that would make that drive shaft thing work, and it'd turn that meal machine.
Well,
Boy, you could put out 100 pounds of meal in an hour or something like that, you know.
that's really something. Was it like kind of like it was made out of rock? Was it kind of a bowl like, or?
Oh no, it was a bolt outfit.
A what?
It was made with iron.
Oh, I see.
The grinder and everything was just like any other grinder, like a sausage grinder and stuff like that, you see. And this horsepower machine turned it. Just like it was a drive shaft, just like in a car. It'd come up here and hook on to that. I don't know whether them, I have a 90 that them miners left the things where we got it. I'm sure that was where it was. Them first miners moved in there. See, they had to live like the rest of us in them days. And they found that machine, and all the machinery that they could get that could be used, they had it on that out there.
Was there anything else you could grind in that beside the corn?
Well, it seems to me like that we made syrup with the same thing. It put that sugar cane in there, and it run that juice out. And old man Kimgate, he got to making syrup. And
well, it was more molasses, darling.
Yeah, it was. It was
molasses.
Well, you could made it thick or thin, see, Mama. But he cooked it down where it's pretty thick.
Where did you get the sugar cane to put in there?
Raised it.
You raised your own sugar cane. And I guess that's what you used for all your sweetening.
Yeah.
Cakes or whatever. Did you have cakes? Did your mom make cakes or?
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I think probably, as far as I know, we bought our sugar and didn't use the syrup for that.
You bought your flour?
Bought the flour. Well, we bought wheat and ground that wheat as fine as we could grind it. And we had pretty good, what do you call it? wheat bread.
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
That
Isn't it?
was real all right.
Did you buy yeast, or could you buy yeast?
I don't think so.
Probably
I think
baking powder and...
I've been able to got baking powders and soda.
Because, you know, you could start your own sourdough
Them
recipe.
old timers
You
way
make
back
your
there
own
did that.
sourdough.
And that was a type of yeast that settled in from the air around.
Well, you didn't, in them days you didn't have that yeast
Yeah.
cake it started with. You just started it.
Yeah,
And it was,
I'll answer that.
Hello, Yvonne speaking. No, he just left. Well, he left probably 30 minutes or so ago. Well, I think he'd be glad to come back over. We can call Butch and tell him to come back. Or oh, do you? Mom, whereabouts does Neil live? Wendell would like to get him
Well-
and do something.
MacArthur Street.
MacArthur Street. Whereabouts on MacArthur?
That's turns left off of
Yeah.
Utah.
Left off of Utah.
Okay. 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 You don't want to try to find out where he lives to go by? Okay.
He'd be glad for him to come by.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What time do they close? Oh, well, it's, yeah.
Can't go by that clock. It's 11:30.
Okay, yeah, I'll have Mama try. Okay, okay. Okay. Try to get a hold of Neil. Wendell wants him to help him do something. It was coming. If you don't have anything to do, Mom, we'll talk some more.
Okay. I wanted to show you that big picture, and I don't know what I done with it, of Mary Lou.
We were talking about Dad's life up in the mountains.
Yeah, Dog Canyon.
Dog Canyon. That was just over on the Texas line, wasn't it? Over in Texas, actually?
Just across the line,
Just
wasn't it?
over the Texas line where the mining outfit was. And we filed on 160 acres. Well, our land joined the Texas line. And we lived about a mile from the Texas line,
So did you live just inside Texas or just inside New Mexico?
just inside New Mexico.
Just inside New Mexico. Were you born there or did you,
I was born right there.
right there,
So he's a New Mexican too.
by birth? And I guess now, the way we talked yesterday, you probably just had one pair of breeches and one shirt and...
Yeah, I guess that's all I had. Maybe sometimes didn't have that.
And Dad told me yesterday that he got a spanking every morning.
For breakfast.
Just, before breakfast.
Yeah.
You always got up whining. Why were you whining, Dad?
Well, I couldn't find my betters and turd. If you know what that is. That was my breeches and my shirt. Us kids never could talk. It was always better to turn me go get that. And my brother older than me, they tried to teach us to talk, but they didn't have much luck. Hey, Dad was going to town, and my brother wanted to ask just right, and he wanted to use the right words, see? And he always used me, and I in the wrong place, see? It said me and the order said I, and so he decided he'd ask Dad to get him a pair of shoes. And he wanted to use the correct word, and he couldn't think, and he finally come to the idea. He said, Daddy, will you get I a pair of shoes when you get to town? See, he always said me. We never could learn to talk. I told some people one time they wanted to know why I couldn't talk Spanish. I said, well, I never have learned to talk English. When I learn to talk English, then I'm going to take up Spanish. And I never did learn Spanish.
You got out of that one slick, didn't you? Whereabouts did you pick up that little saying you used to tell us when we were a kid about the lasso rope?
Yeah, but
Have you seen my
Well, I don't. This is the way I got a hold of it. This fellow was kind of like me. He couldn't talk Spanish, and he's met a Spanish man, and he'd roped a horse, and he'd broke the rope, and he was running with that rope around his neck. And he met this Spanish man and says, "Hey, say the thing of a caballo horse bouncing down this Camino road with the lasso rope wrapped around his cabeza head." I don't know.
Well, he did pretty fair, didn't he?
Well,
well, it don't seem like we're.
now then, if there's anything else you want to talk about, well, let's mention it. I'm getting tired.
You're getting tired. Let's see, I was... what was it I was thinking about? Now, you believe, the way you remembered it, was your grandfather, it was probably your grandfather or your great-grandfather that came over from France.
Yeah. But I'm satisfied it was my great-grandfather.
Great-great?
Yeah. They came over here and that was, I don't know, that you see, that was, I don't know what, they'd probably come over about oh Lord, I wouldn't know, probably 1500 or 1600, somewhere along in there, you see.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what that.
I think it would probably be more like 1800, wouldn't you? Sometime in the 1800s.
Well, it could have been about, yeah.
Yeah.
About the 1800 is when they come over.
Now, when he came over, he probably had several sons.
Could have had. I don't remember anything, hearing anybody say anything about it.
Well, you know, as we go to different towns and look in the telephone directories, pretty often we see the name DeMoss, and I've often wondered if maybe they were relatives, distant relatives.
Oh, no, not exactly. Now, when my grandfather run the plantation, they had bought them niggers. And they'd go over to where the niggers was, or was that in South America, or where it was.
Africa.
And then folks over there would sell them.
Yeah.
And they'd pay them a pretty good little price for them them days, you see. And them niggers then, they brought them over here. They
No
bought,
name.
they bought maid servants and servants and all mixed up, you know. They just turn them loose together. Well, they had them niggers, they would accumulate, and they didn't know what the name was, and we didn't know what the name was. And a lot of them niggers, if they liked their master, they'd just go by their master's name.
That DeMoss.
And that's where the nigger's name come from, is somebody, some white person, either their master or them. That's where they got started, them that is over here, see. And a lot of them just adopted that name DeMoss and just wore it off. DeMoss died up there in Oregon, you remember, when we was up there. And we got to inquiring around about it, and he was nigger.
There was a Jeff DeMoss, and when you inquired about him, he was a Negro.
Right. Well, now, what was your daddy's full name?
James Clarence DeMoss.
That was your dad.
Yeah, it wasn't called. They got it called over there on the monument. But his name was James Clarence.
Now, do you have any idea what his daddy's name was?
No. No, I should don't.
You know, they have ways now that you can look up your kin and trace them. In fact, the Mormon churches really, they've got a lot of the records down. And I thought, you know, if we could go back just one more generation to find out what his name was. I don't suppose Ruth would know either.
No. No.
If Rose was living, she'd know, but
Well,
Yeah, Rose was the only one that could tell you anything because she was interested in that business. She wanted to know all about it. Heck with it, I never did.
well, I'm wondering if probably one of her daughters would probably have her records. And no, she probably would.
Let's see. It's a possibility that some of her daughters would. What is that one's name? Opal?
yeah, Opal is the
I think
older.
Opal would.
That looks like Neil. He's got a tan car.
Yeah,
he's
he's driving it.
Oh, is that your car?
Well, I guess they never got together. I don't know. Reckon?
Who is that, Wendell?
Neil's here right now. Wendell be on in a minute. He was coming.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't get them together.
Hey, come in here, boy. Hi.
We can't get them together. I don't know what they're wanting or what they're doing.
Who's doing what?
Wendell wanted you to help him do something.
Oh, he did, huh?
He'll be here. Local prophet.
Did you come along?
No,
I thought-
Mary's helping. I'm lazy. I just come on in. She's helping Dad out.
You're not lazy. You're rude.
Hey, we haven't
Well,
got
we
nothing on Dad now.
We seen the car was gone. I thought, well, maybe they all took off before we got here.
Yeah. He'll probably be coming around by
He
your
was
house.
trying to find you
Wendell
where you live.
Mama wasn't for sure that gal would call. She
Well, that
call you.
Yeah.
kid, thank you.
I had the radio on, but they didn't. She had to
Come in.
It's bush hog in the morning.
Yeah, need to turn this back on.
There's old Dad. He hasn't froze to death yet. Come on in here. Come on.
Yeah, Billy Bob.
Buenos dias.
Let her come in and
Mucho
see
frío.
us on television.
See.
Mom, she's already made a plate for
Can
us.
he see that well? You're on the TV.
See there, Dad?
Hey! You see
He's
that
wondering about-
Escamina horse bombs it down Escamina Road with a nice little rope wrapped around his cabeza head? Come right on there.
Here's a chair over here for Dad. Oh, your mom's trying to get all the information she can get out of us.
I'm picking their brain. Dad just told me he was tired of getting his picked. He can't understand that.
I can tell you one on me.
Well, let's hear it. Where
When
are
I
you?
was a kid,
You hit it the wrong direction.
when
There
I
you go.
was a
Thanks.
kid, I was always barefooted.
Yeah.
And we had lots of grass burrs. And one day I went through the orchard to go down where the cornfield was. I was going to get some roasted ears. And there's always Papa telling about panthers. Well, I heard a racket and I thought, oh my goodness, that's a panther up there on that bluff. Well, I run through them grass burrs. I never got a grass burr in my foot, and come find out it was a road runner.
Oh.
Went and I thought it was a panther. I'll never forget that. Now I run.
I want you to tell about some of your fishing that you used to do there when you was a kid on Rocky.
I went down one day in a water hole. I seen some big old long catfish run under this. It was a kind of a little old bluff or cliff there, and the water went back there. And I was going to catch me that big old catfish. I drug that thing out, and it was a water moccasin.
Oh, mercy.
I caught a water moccasin. Boy, you think I didn't leave there? I got out of there. I didn't want no catfish.
Lost your taste for catfish.
Yeah.
I believe you told a time or two how you'd go down to the creek and you didn't have a fishing pole or anything, and what did you take, a safety pin?
Yeah, one time. See, we didn't have the yellow catfish in Rocky. They were all in the Pecos River. And we had a flood. And this yellow catfish come upstream, and he happened to get out there on Rocky. And us kids called that place a bathtub. It looked just like a bathtub. Well, I knew if I went to the house to get a hook and a line, I'd lose him. So I took my petticoat and tore a piece off of it and tied strings together, took a safety pin out of something I had, and I bent it like that, and I caught me a frog, and I put that frog on that hook, and I caught that big old yellow catfish.
Did you like yellow cats better than you did the other kind?
Well, I don't know. We always thought they were
Yeah.
better than them old mud cats.
Oh, how about that?
But anyway, I caught that.
What'd Mom say about your ripped up slip?
She
petticoat?
didn't say anything. I don't know if she even knew it. Oh, I had some times during that time.
This is a video camera,
Oh, really?
and it shows it on the TV, and it's also making like a movie. We'll have it to take home. When we get home, we can see you.
Is that our picture on it now?
Yeah, Mary's on it now, and Dad. And
Hey, Mina,
Yeah,
he's got good
I got it
eyesight.
on TV, boy.
TV.
He needs to raise his cap up in case his little old eyes.
Did you comb your hair this morning?
Huh?
Did you comb your hair this morning?
Oh, no.
There you go, it's combed. Boy, that looks better. Yeah. Well, finally got the cap off of Neil. He wanted it. Yeah, you're gonna. I hope if Wendell goes before I do, he has enough money that I can have the bags
It sure would be nice to have a facelift there once
tacked
in a while,
up,
wouldn't it?
You're not kidding?
take a few wrinkles off.
How do you zoom in on it?
I don't know.
I don't either. I can handle that lever, but I don't know anything else about that.
I was there a while ago.
Well, you get old eyes.
No, he's turning.
Come on.
He's.
I already didn't want to see you on TV.
It's a big console, and he said he couldn't
yeah,
carry
he
it in.
turned it already this way.
I sure don't know, Neil. He just told me how to turn it off and turn it back on, and so
We know how to turn it off and move it around. That's it.
I guess he'll be here after fall.
yeah. He got the directions to your house, but when he gets there, he'll find out you bet they got a hold of you.
Yeah, the little girl walked over there because the CV was turned down pretty low and she couldn't break that square.
I didn't know whether the little thing is going on.
Poor little thing, she's just a little retarded, but
And yet, she's pretty smart in other things,
Right.
ways.
No,
You know.
I think I know where it's at, but I'm afraid to use it. I'm afraid I'll mess something up.
When to sit after.
Boy, she looks at the camera, man.
Let's look at my wrinkles too.
You don't have bags like I do, though.
I do too.
No, you
How
don't.
does Dad look?
They look better on you.
I told them all I didn't know I was so wrinkled until I got on that thing.
Well, for a 76-year-old woman, I don't think she's
Not
wrinkled.
bad at all. I got more wrinkles at 43 than Mama had at 43.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tired of playing.
Seemed like
What did I do with that coat? Did I leave it in the car?
No, you had
Aunt Ruth has got.
Right that way.
Well, you guys are just old enough to have wrinkles.
Yeah.
I've got them right
I
there.
left it in the car.
What are you looking for?
A coat? Did y'all send me a pair of coat?
I didn't see you bring the coat in.
You got cotton in it.
Yvonne,
Uh-huh.
every wrinkle that I've got is smiling.
Is it?
That's it. If I get mad, I got to make them. See?
I thought you were saying coat.
Coke. Too cold to drink them things.
But he was craving one, he said at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I want a coat this morning.
Yeah, but he didn't get up. He didn't get up to get it.
How's your mom doing, Mary?
Yeah. She's okay. She's there. That's about it, you know.
Yeah.
She talks a little bit.
That's my dog.
She talks a little bit and you know, eats pretty good, but that's about it. She don't.
She got awful bad sick here a while back, and they had to put her in the hospital.
Yeah,
But she's just otherwise she's in a nursing home.
Yeah.
Oh, hospital wasn't supposed to. Uh-huh.
The star of television. Yeah. That's big. Finally made it.
Here he goes with his suspender showing.
I told him he had his suspenders too far back here, but he's old 40.
Yeah,
Take a bell hush.
he needs suspenders because he hasn't got nothing to hold pants up.
No. There he is. How about it? We thought you got lost, boy.
Bright and shining star.
You wanna move that stuff?
Should we cut it off or just leave it? I think we ought to leave it on.
I got it. He's helping me here.
Oh.
I don't know whether we get over here now.
Now that we don't
See,
have that chair to
I want to move this kind of over this way, Neil. Is that gonna
Oops, I need a
plug it up?
pocket jar.
Open the door, somebody?
That door.
Oh, yeah, wait till I can't get,
Am I unplugged, Neil?
I can't get this undone.
I wanted to plug it up.
Good land, that's all.
Now, Mom, this is Merry Christmas here. I've been teasing you.
What?
I said, this is Merry Christmas here.
Neil, honey, help him
my
get that
goodness,
before
really?
they're holding that
Just
thing
set
down.
that down. We'll put it up here and you can take off. Thank you.
Oh,
Everything ought to be
I
just
can't.
ready to just screw it on there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to get a pocket knife and I'm all
Neil,
done.
I'm gonna tell you
Well,
here
just,
something.
Just put it right off from there.
It's already, yeah, it's already. Here,
Okay,
Neil,
good
hold
deal.
this. This is from AWIN TV. It's got a 90-day warranty on it, okay?
Okay.
Think about it.
Good deal.
From A1 right down on Miramar.
Yeah, I go ask him technical advice. He's a good man.
If you'll plug that in right down there. Okay, let's see.
yeah.
Ready?
Channel 3.
Yeah.
See that little one will keep it in Mama's room.
Can I have it like that?
We don't want to drop nothing.
Yeah.
I think we can handle it in Mama's room. Get it out. I got it.
Well, Mom, what do you think about that? That's quite a Christmas present,
Oh,
isn't
my land, I'm about to lose my breath.
it?
Oh,
That's quite a Christmas present.
oh, boy.
She sure has needed one.
I'll never
Yeah.
be able to run it. I won't savvy it.
That's simple.
Because I'm just no dumb woman. Oh, boy. Uh-oh, the legs on the floor.
Don't let it right. Don't let one of the boys.
This chair's not helping anything now.
Now, how about that, Mom?
Oh, isn't that nice? Oh,
Okay, we thank you.
We thank you too,
No
man.
problems, well, give us a holler.
All righty.
boy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Uh-huh.
We got to play Santa Claus for you.
Thank
Uh-huh. Thanks a lot. Oh, boy.
you. Yeah, Mama, you can see it in color, kid.
Oh, boy. I'll never be able to run it.
Isn't that pretty? Isn't that color nice?
Show it to you.
I'll be scared to death to touch that thing. Oh, that's pretty. Oh,
Even with you on it, isn't it, Mama?
look at this hair. Good land.
Poor little old boy's gonna have a connection fin.
Boy, where's George?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in here
Yeah,
starting
well,
the second tobacco. Get in there and look at your
You've
Christmas
had to look at
present.
that old black and white one forever, seems like.
My goodness, George, look what window them's got us. Look at that. It's a colored TV.
I wish he could see it.
Now you're in color, Dad. Your hair's white. Your
Now,
spinners
you
are
got-
green.
you look like you're alive
All right,
now.
get back here.
Dave, you look like you're alive today, George.
Got a little more color in his face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Don't look quite so peaky.
Boy, that's a nice
Goodness.
Let me see me in color, you know.
Now see?
Oh, boy.
I'm
Oh,
left-handed. All right, is that me? Yeah.
That's you. Let's find Dad now. There you are. Isn't that good?
Uh-huh.
You better say hi to all your fans.
Carolina.
And let's see how Mary looks on color.
Tell him that that's going on. Well, you can't say tape. Tell him it's been, that they're making a movie out of this. Everything that he's seen is on tape.
So
How would you explain that in Spanish, Yvonne?
It's like a...
let Mary do it.
I think it's like como un show, lo llevan para la caja y lo ponen otra vez y lo miran allá. Y lo llevan ellos para allá.
We're going to take you to Montana.
Para Montana te va a llevar. He was over there one time sheep herding, you know that?
In Montana?
Yeah.
And then in Wyoming, he was another year in Wyoming. That's where, in Montana, that's where he had that little dog like Sniffles,
Uh-huh.
and that little dog used to help him.
Well, that's really something.
That's just
I'll
looks
tell you.
just like him, don't it?
Yeah.
Tú estás allá en Montana una vez, no?
Boy,
No,
that's
Oregon.
pretty.
That was a lot better picture.
That's why you snuck off
Yeah,
this
it's
morning,
big.
kid.
Yeah, I kinda got
If
Santa
I
Claus
could just
spirit right here.
wriggle it, that's our
And they had a fine shot, man, I tell you.
God bless you.
That old boy made me a pretty good deal.
Bless his heart.
Yeah,
We appreciate it with the
Is he the one you get tubes from?
he helps me out every time I need.
When do I punch the button off? When I just punch it on, does it still, since it's too dark?
It sure is, isn't
You
it?
got to have the light. Turn it back on, then it's working now, huh?
What?
It's
A while ago we turned it off,
Yeah.
and then I turned it, punched the same button, turned it back on. So now it's recording again. Okay.
yeah, I can see the tape moving on.
Now let's see.
If it wasn't recording that light up there, it'd be flickering on it.
Well, that's what I thought. How come our color's not working?
That TV.
Well, I don't know.
There we go. Little green. We don't want to look too green, do we?
No. We have a TV over there at the house that one of Larry's friends gave us. It's a big one
Yeah, I
like
know.
that. And the colors.
That's a little pink.
Yeah, let me
Neil
get,
looks like he's embarrassed. That'll be the day, won't it?
Huh.
But it's better look green or it's better look embarrassed than green.
The green, you look sour, huh? Spoiled.
Well, you know, the expression, a greenhorn, you know, you're kind of green. How do you think the term gringo came about?
Oh, that's good.
They told
right,
us in
everybody-
the Spanish class
Why
about
don't you
20 years
put it
ago
on them?
that
Hey,
they thought that
put it on the folks there.
this is not the folks. They think,
Whoops. One's a little taller than the other one.
well, yeah.
There we go. Look at that. You can't tell which one's
Can't tell them
Spanish.
apart, can you? They said that probably the cowboys came out and they were singing "Green Grows
The grass.
and that the Mexicans saw them and they thought they were saying "gringo." And so
Gringos. Yeah, that's.
it's good enough, close enough, huh?
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you sure look good.
He's sure picking up that ball game there a while ago. This is a solid state now. He said he'd already gone through it, said it's in good shape.
Oops.
Ought to last a long time.
I got me those native pink ones.
Regulated.
I'm supposed to take 2.
Oh, that's pretty. That's nice.
And give me a book.
I'll open the window.
I appreciate
I got a bed with a
your
magazine.
window.
Oh,
It's still a little purple. Now that's better. Daddy's more purple than
It's a
Mama.
little bit more. It helps.
Yeah, I tell you, it's
cold.
It's a lot of it's the lighting though.
Yeah.
I don't play my
The one thing to see it.
Get up there.
Get right up there real close.
Oh, if you could,
Can you
darling.
see Mama there?
Yeah, I can see it pretty good.
Yeah, I think that.
Can you see me? No, I'm on the wrong side
Why
of
don't we run some of that back window and
I can adjust some of that out
it. You sure can. You sure can.
and
I want that off. Oh, I didn't get it off, did I? Yeah, I do. Okay, you're recording.
Emma?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't remember when your dad was born?
No,
Well, you told me the other day, 1858.
I think it's somewhere around 1850 something. Now you can figure that up. He's about 125 years old now. I know that.
Well, we figured that if he was born in 1858, he was probably about 74 when he died. Did he die? He probably died in 33 instead of 32 because I was born.
Well, I think he was 72 when he died.
You think so?
And Yvonne's as old as Methuselah. Boy, just add them two together and you got his age.
Okay, let's cut it off.
You don't remember where he was born?
No.
Your dad, you don't remember what state?
Texas.
No, it wasn't.
Was it
I don't know
Georgia?
whether he was born in Texas or not. He came from.
He wears long hair.
Yeah, I haven't got a recent picture of Jennifer. I think that one over there is when she was 2.
And she looks like that now.
Yeah.
You're not fixing to get me looking like this, are you?
Oh, I'm just trying to focus in and get it and see what kind of lighting we got. So don't worry about it.
I leaned over in front of the heater this morning and singed the top of my hair, and it's just freezing as it can be.
Well, there's not much we're going to be able to do about that at the end of the day, is there?
It won't show up. Well, we sure want to, I want to see Velma get the pictures next year.
But she's working out at Wynn's now.
Is she? Well, you know Mom tried to tell me she was.
Yeah, she's
And
working at Wynn's.
I was thinking she worked there.
At Kmart's. But she turned,
Well, she was gone all
she
over
was,
the place.
yeah, well, they said she was too old to work at Kmart, so they laid her off.
Well, I thought she worked at Williams one other time, or that same building.
Well, she
when-
did.
When Mom and Dad had their anniversary, we went in there to see her. But it seems like last year, we went out to see her at Surplus City, or somewhere out that direction.
Well, then she worked at Gibson's for a little while before she went to work out at Kmart's.
Is Gibson out that old highway?
No, that's
It's,
Surplus City, but she
well-
never has worked out there. She worked at Gibson's.
Edith, where did you say what happened to your hair?
So I singed it.
What were you doing?
I got these old shoes here and was putting them in front of the stove so they'd get warm.
Uh-huh.
And I leaned over there, and it's real hot right about
Yeah.
here. Up close to it, it's not, but out there it is.
Yeah.
And I just singed top of my hair. It sure did stink.
I just didn't know what you were doing.
Well, I'm just trying to get where I can get some good pictures here. We're on now, so if you want to.
I spent yesterday morning I spent about an hour and a half talking to Mom and Dad about their childhood and their relatives, and the tape didn't work. So I did it again this morning a little while. They're getting so they can't remember hardly anything.
It's not, it's not easy to remember as long as things
Well,
that's passed.
that's sure
You know, I'll be 65
60.
in January.
Mom's a little over 10 years older than you, about 12. And how old are you, Marky?
68,
68.
been retired.
Now Haskell is out here too. They tell me he's not doing very good.
Well, he's got emphysema. He's
Pretty
got
bad.
bronchitis. He's doing better since he went to the doctor and got some medicine for it. Clears him up and he don't cough as bad, spit up stuff as bad as he did.
They draw so much blood out of it.
Yeah, his bone marrow is making too much blood and they're drawing 2 pints of blood off of it.
Well, awesome.
They're doing a pint one day this week. It's 2.
Mark, would it be possible to reach up for Edith and pull that shade too down all the way?
With that light.
That light really messes me up.
Let me turn my arm over.
Thank you.